Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Let me show you what I actually purchased at Ross. Now I did pay $19.99 for this. Some places online you can find it for $30, maybe a little bit less. It really depends. I will put an Amazon link for someone that's looking for just specifications in general. But let's talk about it. 5 hours of battery life. I think it takes about 2.5 hours or 1.5 hours, between 1.5 2.5 hours to actually charge it from 0 to 100%. We do have IPX7, so for you guys that are wondering, it could be submerged underwater for 30 minutes in a depth of 3 feet, I believe. So what that basically means is shallow water. Now, if you're at a water park, if it's getting splashed, there shouldn't be an issue whatsoever, but actually submerging this underwater, make sure that, all the contacts are closed, which I'm going to show you that in a moment. Also, it is an older Bluetooth 4.3, so that might turn off some people, but at the end of the day, it's a speaker. It works. It works with phone calls. At least that's what it's telling you, speakerphone, so you can use it with phone calls. It's good enough. It does the job. And if we're being completely honest here, especially during holiday season, you want something that's name brand, that's nice, that still doesn't break the bank. And so far, it's looking pretty good. So with that being said, let's get right into the review, unbox it, and see if it's worth the asking price, which is $20, what I paid for. All right, guys, so you watched the video open, stuttering already in the beginning. Timestamps are in the description for people that want to see or skip to a particular part that they want. And like I always say, listen, it's not going to be a super long video, but I could be very long-winded, but I do like talking about the product. So some people like that, some don't, to each their own. Anywho, this is the packaging right here. This is the speaker itself, which is a pretty nice looking speaker, but we'll get back to that in a moment. Let's actually see what it comes with. Odd packaging. I wouldn't say this is odd packaging. I guess everything is just, wow, they have everything packed neatly in a little burrito bowl right here. Let me open it up so I can push it on through, pause. What I normally do is, if you notice how I'm being careful with this, these type of speakers, I normally unbox them, use them, test them out, all that good stuff for review purposes. And then as long as it, passes the quality test, Christmas gifts for, the younger kids and things like that. So right here, it is micro USB, I believe that's what we call it. So you have an orange cord, you have the micro USB cable right here. Nothing wrong with that. This isn't necessary to stretch across the room. You'll 9 times out of 10 plug it up to a wall or some type of PC or a laptop, or really depends, or just a wall outlet in general. You have your booklets right here, which I am going to look at a little bit later on off screen and let you know if there's anything worth actually looking at. And then we have these features right here. So I want to take a guess in a moment about this product, but right now, I thought this was metal at first, but I believe this is just hard plastic. Don't really care, it's perfectly fine. You have the JBL emblem in the back, JBL in the front, which seems like overkill, but it is what it is. I'm going to believe that this is the power button right here. Plus and minus, pause. This right here is, these are actually physical buttons. So even though they feel like there's an indent in the button right here, but when you press it in, it is a physical button. So that is a good thing. I'm going to assume that you hold the Bluetooth button to put it into Bluetooth mode for those that are trying to figure out how to put it in sync, but we're going to do that in real time also. So far, it feels pretty solid. And then you do have this on the side. So this is actually a pretty cool feature right here. You're going to want to make sure that you don't tear this off, because this is going to hold the seal if you decide to go underneath water or anything like that with it. I don't do that with my speakers, go underneath water, but to each their own. So, this is a nice thick seal right here to make sure that your product stays protected. You do have your micro USB, which we talked about right here. Plugs right inside. Boop. You're good to go. Of course, if you have your own cable, you can use that too, but I don't suggest using the very, very cheap ones because it could possibly damage your product. And then we have the headphone jack. So for you guys that are wondering why there's a headphone jack, my guess is 2 reasons. One, I know that some Bluetooths allow you to sync it and then plug a headphone jack to it so you can just listen to it through this, which would be super weird. Or sometimes headsets will allow you to plug up one headphone jack to this and then to the device itself, so you can get kind of a direct connection. But again, we're going to try Bluetooth today. That's what actually matters. Like I said before, it's a beautiful looking speaker. I definitely love the way it looks. It's smooth, it's nice. You could definitely tell that it's quality. Not the highest quality of JBL in terms of physical appearance, but understand that this is probably for someone that just can toss this in their book bag real fast and not have to worry about anything. Though it would have been nice if it had some type of ear hook, not ear hook, but some type of hook to attach it to your book bag, seeing how it is IPX7, which is the more, I'm going to say that's the better water resistance when it comes to IP ratings for headsets. Anyway, with that being said, let's go into the next section, how to sync this bad boy. So I'm sure the syncing process, is going to be, let me see, make sure anything's on here. Okay, we're good. I wanted to make sure that there was nothing inappropriate for the video, for the notifications. But anyway, what we're going to do right here is I'm going to show you how to sync it. So I'm going to hold the power button first. There we go. The white light came on, which means it's powered on. And it is blinking right now, solid. It's blinking white. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is go to the Bluetooth settings and see if it finds the Bluetooth right now as is. If it doesn't, then we'll double down and hit the actual Bluetooth button, which is 9 times out of 10 the actual sync button itself. So we're going to go ahead and go to pair a new device. Yep, it popped up right away. JBL Go 2 is the second option. What I will say is that as soon as you take this outside of the box, you shouldn't have that issue. But for whatever reason, yeah, hold this button right here, the Bluetooth, in order to sync it. That's my guess. And I'm gonna have a section to show you the actual booklet in a moment for instructions. It'll actually be labeled instructions for you guys that are wondering, in case you have the speaker or was given the speaker or bought it used or found it at a pawn shop and don't know how to actually sync it. So don't worry, I got you. We're gonna go ahead and tap JBL Go 2. All right, oh, it's synced. Normally these headsets ask you to look at the call log and use contacts and things like that, but this particular one didn't. You know, no big deal. It works right away. So the sync process is very, very simple. You shouldn't have any issues whatsoever outside of the box, but just in case someone does, you know, I do apologize. I run multiple channels and I do work a regular job. So, you know, I'll get to you eventually if you have a particular question about the speaker, but so far the sync process is just very self-explanatory. Music, I would assume, sounds pretty good on this. And of course, we're going to test that right now. So just in case you guys are wondering, I am not going to use music you heard before, but I am going to use like YouTube friendly music. So I'll play 2 songs and then I'm going to give you a more accurate assessment of how I personally feel. Remember, it's just my opinion. I am not a music head. I am not a music mogul. I am not Beats by Dre. I'm just a dude behind a camera letting you know how it sounds. And sometimes people get mad at my critiques for some reason, but you know, to each their own. So it's already connected, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the volume button. Sounds like it's at its highest right now. I'm gonna turn the tablet down just a little bit past halfway, a little lower, so that it won't just go blasting out loud. So first I'm gonna play is Warzone. Here we go. Sounds very rich. I'll explain that in a second. Ooh, got a little bass in it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so far what I'm hearing is that the bass sounds actually it's booming out of the speaker itself. Like as I'm holding it in my hand, you know when something has some decent bass for the most part is when it feels like it's shaking in your hand. And I like the way this sounds. This is a really good speaker, to be honest. I was about to say something ignorant. F them kids for Christmas. I'm probably going to get it to my wife and keep it for myself. This is a very good speaker. It's not going back inside that case. I like it so far. Now, I am going to play another song, and then I'm going to talk to you about what actually, no, let's talk about it now. The instruments playing in the background, like when the song first started, you heard, I'm not sure if that's a violin or what instrument that is, but when you first heard the array of instruments playing in the beginning, it sounded very deep and very rich. Like you ever play a song and you know it's about to go crazy. Like it's a song to hype you up, or it feels good, or you can feel like the reverb in your soul. Like I know I sound crazy saying that part, but I'm sure music lovers understand what I'm talking about, where it's like, ooh, you feel the violin, you can feel each instrument, it feels really good, like you have a decent speaker in front of you. Like JBL has always been good for that. Now understand that this is not even a high-end JBL speaker. This is years old. This has got to be at least 3 years old, and it sounds like this. That tells you something. They've always had great quality. Now, obviously, if you buy another JBL speaker, the pill ones or different ones, are going to have a lot more bass, and some of them have, like Soundcore Anchor, have physical bass buttons, but this isn't to compare the two. This just sounds good as is. Now, I am going to play another song for you guys. Fire and Ice, there we go. This one has a voice, I believe. Sounds good. Now, keep in mind, whenever I play a song, let me pause it real fast. Whenever I play a song, there is no equalizer whatsoever. That's why I go to the file manager in the music tab, so that you hear it in its purest form. There is no settings that have been changed, altered whatsoever. So for you music lovers out there that have things like Power Amp, because I use that for non-Samsung devices. Obviously, if I have an Apple phone, I use the Apple Music Player when I sync music. Everything else uses the Samsung Music Player if I'm using a Samsung phone. So I have a music player for each thing. And I alter the music a little bit. Like sometimes I alter the bass here and there, depending on the type of phone that I'm using. But right now, it's in its purest form. It's been synced. This tablet is only used for like playing The Sims and reading manga and stuff like that. And I would show you, but you know, copyright reasons, I'm not trying to get my channel demonetized or the video pulled. But let me just play this so you can hear it. Let me stand it up. Sounds really good and rich. The bass sounds good. It like has that right fill of bass. You hear the voices? Sounds good. So yeah, it sounds really good, man. It sounds good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Now, what I will say is that I have one of these at home, and I have it hooked up to my PC via Bluetooth, and I play Lies of P. I don't know if you ever heard of that game. It sounds very good. The musical scores, the sound effects, it sounds good. Like everything sounds good. I don't have any complaints about this. Some people may say it's not as bass heavy as their typical JBL headphones. That's understandable, but you have to realize what it is that you're paying for. Like if you want the highest quality, you're going to buy a better speaker. This is something meant to be portable, something that you could take to a water park, something that you could take in anywhere that you go. You could just put this in the smallest. As a matter of fact, you can just put this in your pocket and just walk around with it if you really want to. Not that many people would. They'll probably put it inside a purse or a book bag or something like that for road trips. The point is, it has very, very big sound for a affordable price. Now, keep in mind that I'm comparing this to the price that I paid, which is $20, not so much the asking price of what it would have been when it first came out, or what JBL or any other these stores would sell it for, assuming they still carry this product. Because I think there's a Go 3 at this point and other many headsets from many different companies that probably overpower this at this point. But for $20, my God, this is really, really good. But anyway, let's go on to the next section, because I don't want to make this 20 minutes of me just bragging about how good the music sounds. All right, guys, so I'm going to actually show you how this sounds if you're having a voice call. Now, off camera, I did call my wife. She was knocked out. As a matter of fact, I called her from a tablet, my Android tablet. And what ended up happening is that she didn't answer because she didn't recognize the number. I don't use this tablet for anything. Nobody knows the phone number to this tablet. So I'm going to call her now because she's aware, and we're going to, so you can hear the quality of the speaker itself. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm talking to you on that JBL Go-To speaker, so it has the ability to be able to talk to people on the speakerphone.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, tell the YouTube community that your cheeks stink.
No. The instinct.
All right, I'll call you back.
All right.
All right. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. So far, it sounds pretty good. Now, I did call her earlier. Originally I called and I had a blooper for that, but I'm not going to put that in the video. Well, if you're watching the final product, the blooper's not there. I'm just letting you know. And I wanted to have a conversation with her to make sure that it worked very well. So I walked around the building a little bit, and when I had a better signal, because keep in mind I'm on like a 5G signal in the middle of an office, so it could sound a little iffy. But you heard the clarity aspect of the speaker; it works very, very well. When we had conversations, we spoke for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. It wasn't any breakage really. The only reason it was because of the area that I'm in. It's practically a dead zone where I work. And T-Mobile is one of the few companies where it actually works inside the building. It's a state building. But anyhow, it works very, very well. I like the speaker. The quality is pretty good. The voice quality is pretty good. To be honest, it's not much really bad about it. I mean, you could say USB-C, but remember, this is an older product that's 3 years old and it still sounds this good. So that tells you something. So, yeah, self-explanatory. There's no need to drag this any further. Let's go on to the last couple section. Matter of fact, I'll make this a double section, the last section. We're going to look at the instructions together and talk about, is it actually worth purchasing? All right, guys. So let me go ahead and tear this open for you. I know some people probably, like I said, I should have did this first, to be honest, but I just wanted to get the speaker review over itself. This is like the last aspects of it. So let's talk about it. The speaker is very, very good. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I'm not going to, the only minor complaint that I have is the fact that it only has a 5-hour battery life. But to be honest with you, you'll be perfectly fine. As long as you're near an outlet, you'll be fine. This is a really thick book. Like, I don't know who they expect to read this. Let me just kind of see if there's anything useful in it. Not really. It's just the product registration. So I don't know if you can still register after all these years, because I did get it from Ross, though the receipt from Ross will verify that you purchased it from them. But I don't know if they'll honor the warranty. But honestly, who cares? It's fine. It's $20. We have this right here. More useless papers and booklets. Here we go. This is what you came here for. Let me bend that back in place for you good people. And yeah, that's the connections that we talked about. The Bluetooth connection button to put it in sync that we talked about earlier, which we didn't need to do that because the headset automatically went in sync when we first powered it on. This is more so for people that have synced it before, probably reset the device or deleted the Bluetooth, and then they need to put it back in sync mode. So you will hold that button like we talked about right here to put it in sync mode if it's, you used it before and it's a used product. So keep that in mind. See, that's connections. That's the buttons right here. We talked about this. Yep, we talked about this with the headphone jack, where you can plug this directly to the headphone jack, directly to a computer or something that uses it as a cell phone, and you can get a direct connect rather than Bluetooth, which would definitely work better for a lot of people. I mean, the only unfortunate part is that it doesn't come with that cord. But again, for the $20, I don't really care. $20 for what I paid for. And the Ross that I went to, which is downtown, if you're in the Philly area, 8th Market, I don't mind telling you, go there, get it if you can. They had about 4 of them, I believe, and they were $19.99. They don't normally last long. So it's first come, first serve, pretty much. All right, you have your, oh, I didn't know that. So the microphone button is actually down here. This little slot you see here, that's where the microphone is that you're talking to. And it's funny because I had it laying flat when I did the microphone review, and it worked just fine. Obviously, make sure you don't connect that while it's you have water on it. It's a shame I have to tell people that, but here we go. There's the red signal blinking means low power, red means charging, connected, fast blinking means pairing mode, incoming call. So let you know there's incoming call. That's pretty cool. There's not much to this outside of that. All right, so we're good. Let me just toss this to the side. It's a very great speaker. I love it. It sounds great. It's a little weighty, kind of, because you could definitely tell that it has again, I don't know what kind of drivers are in this. I don't really care, to be honest with you, because it sounds great. You heard it. I can't, obviously that there's reviewers that did this many years ago that are going to probably have good things and bad things to say about the speaker. Like I said, I like minimalist stuff where it does the job, it sounds good, and it doesn't break the bank. If you get this online, it's probably going to cost you a little bit more money, up to $30, $40 possibly on Amazon or other places, JBL website, if they still sell it. And of course, there's newer versions of this too, which probably has USB-C, if we're being honest here. But at the end of the day, I don't care. As long as it sounds good, as long as it works, it does the job, what do you have to complain about? This isn't the same as a cell phone where, if you use an iPhone 12, which is 3 years ago or so, and then compared to an iPhone 15, obviously it's going to be a dramatic difference in specifications and what it can basically do. But that's a cell phone. This is a speaker. Functionally, they're entirely different. Even if you compare this speaker to another speaker in the same category of a current year, it's not like this is going to lag behind. The only downside, like I said, is micro USB, which is this, and basically the 4.3 Bluetooth. But I never had connectivity issues, and I doubt you will either. Again, to each their own. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. And I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and that's about it.